In 1865, amidst the bustling streets of Brooklyn, a child named Paul Ford was born. His roots ran deep in the tales of American history. He was the great-grandson of the eminent Noah Webster, the namesake for the Merriam-Webster dictionary. To the world, the Fords were a family of prominence and distinction. Little did anyone know that the hands of destiny would pen their story into one of tragedy. Marywood, a serene estate overlooking the pristine waters of Stone Pond in Marlborough, New Hampshire, was where Ford would often retreat. It was a place where history whispered amongst the trees and stories floated over the tranquil waters. Here, inspired by his lineage and driven by a relentless passion for history, Ford embarked on a monumental task, not just as an American novelist, but as a curator of the nation's past. His novels, like The Honorable Peter Sterling and Story of an Untold Love, captured the hearts of readers, making them feel the pulse of a bygone era. But it was his meticulous work on the lives of American legends like George Washington and Benjamin Franklin that cemented his reputation. His most notable contribution, however, was his edition of the writings of Thomas Jefferson, a colossal work spread across multiple volumes. It was a testament to Ford's dedication and precision. With its accurate transcription and meticulous annotations, it stood as a beacon of American historical scholarship, setting unparalleled standards for half a century. With great acclaim, Paul quickly became one of the wealthiest members of his already prominent family. He purchased a lot in Manhattan and constructed a lavish limestone and red brick mansion. Upon entering the home, you would arrive in the grand stair hall, finished out with layers of artisan millwork and intricately carved Corinthian columns below an elaborate ceiling mural. This continued into the drawing room, where electric lights created a ring on the ceiling, something which was considered a great show of wealth. The dining room was furnished with an antique European dining set, and paired with exposed beams on the ceiling and oversized wainscoting on the walls. We can follow the concentric arches through to the billiard room, flooded with natural light. This brilliance continues into the conservatory, where art glass windows cast an array of colorful light across the warm, mahogany wall paneling. Through the opening to the right, we see a bookshelf. Let's continue forward to the library. Just like so many of the books in this room, and as in many great tales, the brilliance was juxtaposed with darkness. In the backdrop of Paul's success lurked a storm that would shatter the Ford legacy forever. Ford's younger brother, Merriam-Webster Ford, was an American sensation, known for his unparalleled athleticism. Malcolm was, at one point, the nation's most celebrated amateur athlete. However, a volatile cocktail of fame, jealousy, and undiagnosed mental health issues turned this champion into a tragic figure. On May 8, 1902, Malcolm made his way to Paul's Manhattan mansion. As the butler escorted him to the library, he found Paul sitting at his desk. Malcolm had mismanaged his inheritance and was now faced with financial ruin. He begged Paul for help, but Paul had already helped his brother with finances countless times and declined to give him any more money. At this point, a loud bang was heard echoing throughout the house, and before Mrs. Ford could make her way downstairs to investigate, she heard another loud bang and was stopped by their staff from entering the library. Investigators determined that Malcolm had shot his brother and then himself. The brothers, who in life tread on different paths of fame, now lay side by side in their eternal rest at Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. It was a tragic conclusion to an epic narrative that spanned passion, achievement, and tragedy. While many of the Manhattan mansions were later torn down to make way for skyscrapers, this was not quite the case for the Ford mansion. It was stripped of its ornamentation to a point of being nearly unrecognizable, a hollow husk patched up with brick and drywall, with very few remaining details from its days as a private residence. Did you have a favorite room or architectural feature? Let me know down below in the comments section, and while you're there, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House.